During this video segment, I will show you how to set up integration between the lesson planner in Curriculum Trak and the lesson planner within Renweb. To do that, let's go into this school, and this is something that a curriculum admin will need to do initially. So they'll go to Admin Setup, and then on the left side there's a whole bunch of setup links. The bottom one is Lesson Plan Integration with Renweb, and it gives us the 3 steps that you need to take in order to have that integration set up. The first step is to enable the integration at the bottom of this page. Very simply click on that, click Save, and step 1 is done. And it drops off. Next step is edit the lesson plan fields in each. And you can click on this link to do that. It's a nice shortcut. Otherwise, you can also go to Setup, Manage Templates. It brings you to the same area. That's where it is. It's Manage Templates. But you'll see there's a column here for the lesson plan fields. If I click on, Manage Templates is what I meant to click, and Lesson Plan Fields, it shows me the fields, and I just need to edit these. So if I click on this, notice now that I enabled this, there's a Renweb integration. And so what it's saying is this field called Introductory Activity in Curriculum Trak's Lesson Planner, do we want that content to get pushed into Renweb's Lesson Planner? And in this case, I'm going to say no, because this is something I'm going to teach from, but really parents and students don't need this to see this. So I'll leave that one as is, as none. Let's next go to the lesson vocabulary. Let's go ahead and push that over. So that's going to go into the lesson plan detail box. So these are fields within Renweb. So this is the Renweb's lesson planner, and this is kind of their homework area within Renweb. So I'm going to push this vocabulary will go into the lesson plan box, and then the last item is the homework, and we'll choose that. And by the way, notice it says this field will also automatically include the lesson plan title itself. So I'm going to actually have 2 things pushed into Renweb's lesson plan box. I'm going to have the name of the lesson and the lesson vocabulary, whereas the homework's going to go into the homework box within Renweb. So let's go back again to Admin Setup. Go to the bottom, click on the Renweb, our lesson plan integration with Renweb, and I have this step done. So those first 2 steps are things that are 2 steps that only one person in your school have to do for all of your teachers, and it will have to be a curriculum admin. The third and final step is something that each individual teacher will have to do themselves. So you'll have to instruct your teachers how to do this. So they're going to go to the class section setup. So let's go to class section setup. It's under lessons and then the teacher tools. And these are the class sections. This teacher only has 1, but typically they're probably going to have multiple class sections that they teach. You click edit by the first one, and notice that now there's a field here called Renweb class sections. So in my drop down, I should see all the class sections that I teach. By the way, if you click on this and there are no class sections, that means one of 2 things. It means that no class sections were set up in Renweb yet for the upcoming school year, or it could be that this teacher, Jeremy, his user ID or his teacher ID within Curriculum Trak does not match up with the teacher ID within Renweb. So if your teachers are not seeing anything in this drop-down, you can submit a support ticket, and we'll be happy to help you out with that and trying to figure out what's going on. So in this case, though, I'm going to take Spanish 2, this Spanish 2 third hour, and I'm going to attach it to this class section within Renweb, and I'll click Save. So that's all teachers really need to do. That's the 3-step process. So now teachers can start doing their lesson planning. And so, for instance, if I'm going to add lessons in to my weekly planner, I can do that. So let's say on Thursday I'm going to teach this Spanish cultures lesson. And so now notice there it is. What's going to happen is the synchronization takes place one of three ways. And let's finish up by showing you that. So I'm going to go to Admin Setup, Lesson Plans, and here it says Curriculum Track Plans will sync with Renweb plans in three ways. A scheduled task will take place in the middle of each night. So if I'm willing to wait until tomorrow morning, we could just let this synchronization take place, and that those lessons that I have and changes and so forth, any lesson plan work would automatically get pushed into Renweb in the middle of the night. However, if I have a bunch of teachers doing a bunch of work and they want to see those changes now, I as an admin can click Sync Now, and now it took all that lesson plan content from Curriculum Track and pushed it into Renweb. Or the third way is teachers can do it. And for teachers, they would go to the class section setup again, and there's a Sync Now there for teachers as well. By the way, if your teachers are doing a bunch of work within Curriculum Track's lesson planner and they don't want those lessons to get pushed into Renweb right away, they can always turn that sync off for individual class sections as well. This now concludes this instructional video.